Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. You already know what we do on this channel. We talk all things Detroit Lions, so subscribe and ring that notification bell. After 3 visits, YouTube is going to keep pushing me in your face until you subscribe, so you can stop all that just by subscribing. Brett Holmes was at the NFL's annual league meeting yesterday where he discussed the possibility of the Detroit Lions drafting a quarterback somewhere in the 2022 draft. Now, we know that the pre-draft talk is like a magician's act. Brett Holmes is putting on his best David Copperfield impersonation, being very vague on specific topics while trying to give out as much as he can. And when asked by some beat reporters from the local Detroit area, Brett Holmes extended his faith in Jared Goff, saying that Jared Goff is our quarterback going into the 2022 NFL season. Now, Rod Wood came out earlier and said that the Detroit Lions were never fully in the hunt for Deshaun Watson because they have a quarterback. That tells us that this organization is putting a lot of faith in Jared Goff. But you can't deny that now would be the perfect time to get a quarterback. We have 3 of the top 34 picks, having 9 in total, and that's without a trade back like a lot of us expect to do. So somewhere in here, having Jared Goff on the roster for the next year at least, now would be an ideal time to draft a quarterback to sit behind Jared Goff. That's something that the Lions actually have never done. Matthew Stafford had to come in after just a few games, and Joey Harrington was the same way. We've never really been able to properly groom a quarterback. So what are the odds of Brad Holmes drafting a quarterback? I'm going to say high, even though he throws the little smoke screens at you. I'm going to say it's high that we take a quarterback. The thing is, will they come early or will they come like maybe a sleeper pick in the later rounds in the draft? Brad Holmes had something to say on the matter yesterday talking to Detroit reporters. Sure, I could see some advantage of there being a young quarterback that can learn under Jared, Holmes said. I don't think Jared would have any issues on that role. He's had more younger guys with less experience behind him, so he'd be very comfortable with that. There were a ton of quarterbacks moved in the offseason, some bigger than others. We had the potential for Aaron Rodgers to relocate, the fact that Russell Wilson took his talents to Denver, and we even had Carson Wentz change locations as well. Now, I'm not high on Carson at all. I would prefer Jared Goff any day of the week. But when asked why Detroit was never really involved in that type of situation, here's what Brad had to say. Well, Jared played good football for us late in the year. We have a lot of optimism about Jared going forward, so we have our quarterback. If you're asking why we didn't kind of hop into that world, we're happy with where Jared is at right now. Looking forward to him having a productive year for us. Now, in my honest opinion, you know how much I've defended Jared Goff. I believe in his ability if you put the proper team around him, something that we really didn't do but a couple years around Stafford, and you know how that turned out. But I think if Jared Goff, given the proper staff and the opportunity, he will be successful here in Detroit. I think the key phrase in this entire thing, Brad said, is for now. He's happy with Jared Goff for now and how he played to kind of end the season in 2022. However, I still believe that drafting a quarterback is a strong possibility. It's just, is it going to come at the back of the first round or deeper in the draft? I made a video a couple days ago about what I think that the Lions are going to do after the NFL draft when it comes to Jared Goff. Now, Jared Goff is on the books for at least the next 4 years, I think, but we have a out after this coming season that would be less of a financial hardship. Now, I think Jared Goff is going to stick around. Obviously, he can't play like he did the first half of the season, but I think that he's shown us what he can do, and he'll continue that progression into the 2022 NFL season. Let's hear what Brad Holmes had to say about Jared Goff's productivity. We want a starter that can be productive for us. I mean, I think that's what we have. Whatever the case, Jared is our quarterback, and we're going to make sure that he's put in the best position to succeed. We'll let the chips fall from there. From that statement, Brad Holmes didn't really sound as confident as I am in Jared Goff's ability to succeed. He said that they think that's what they have, a productive starter, but we'll see how that goes and let the chips fall where they may. Now, I do believe that Jared is going to be just fine. However, this also could be a ploy to maybe draw some attention to that number 2 spot in the NFL draft that the Detroit Lions have. If you watch the Danny Rodgers interview with Brad Holmes yesterday, Brad Holmes made it abundantly clear that they were taking trade back calls. As a matter of fact, yesterday was the first day that they could actually put in that information and issue and submit it to the league if indeed Brad was to receive a trade up offer that he accepted. So they're open to trading out of that number 2 spot. And I think either way, a quarterback is on the roster. We could see one at 32. We could see one at 34. If you pick one at 32, you have that fifth year option that you could pick up and go. That can go a long way in kind of preparing that quarterback toward the long term. But if you get one with the 34th pick, that's fine as well. So leave it in the comments below. Do you believe that the Detroit Lions should take a quarterback in the 2022 NFL Draft? And if so, where should they make that selection? My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. We have hit the subscriber goal of 1,600. We are on our way to 1,700, trying to get to 2,000 by the start of the draft. So we got exactly 1 month to do that, and you can make that happen. You guys are awesome, and as always, go Lions.